All right, my dear, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you were able to, everything's been helpful so far and that you're figuring things out based on these videos. I wish I could be there so I could, help you in person, but since I can't be there, I'm going to give you my enthusiasm over the interwebs. All right, so today we're going to work on page 4. Page 4. That looks like this guy right here, just to make sure we're on the same pages here. It says distributive property, I can't talk today, for these expressions. And let's back up and talk about this. I hope you're taking a couple of notes while we work. There are two things, expressions, and I think I may have, like I said, I'm making a ton of videos, so I apologize if I am repeating myself, but if I'm repeating myself, it's obviously important. Side note, if your teachers do repeat themselves, write that down because it's probably going to be on the test. Expressions, no equal sign, no equal sign, sign. Equations, equal sign, there's an equal sign there. So taking a look at these guys right here, these don't have equal signs, they're expressions. So what we do with expressions is we simplify them. So taking a look, we're going to do number 1 together. It is 6, 1, and then quantity 1 minus 5m, 5m. Now, the distributive property, I like to call it the rainbow property because we're going to draw some rainbows here. We're going to go here to here and here to here. I will tell you the number 1 mistake I see on these are dropping your signs. So be very careful. Remember, when we multiply numbers and they have the same sign, it's positive. Multiply numbers and they're different signs, it's negative. That'll come up. All right, so 6 times 1 is just going to give us 6. 6 times negative 5m is going to give us negative 30m. Don't just bring down this sign, okay? So let's look at number 2. Use that rainbow property again. Oh, it's already done. Never mind. Let's look at 3. 3. We've got 3. 4 plus 3r. I want you to pause this video and see if you can do it yourself. All right, now that you're back, we're going to do 3 times 4, which gives us 12, plus 3 times 3, which gives us 9r. 9r. Good. Let's look at number 5. Oh, wait, 4. Probably shouldn't just skip around. 6r plus 8. Now, I'm not going to do all of these that are on this page. I'm just going to show you a couple of examples, but I'll answer all the problems and then send your mom the answer key so that she at least has that. Rainbow property. 3 times 6r is going to be 18r. 3 and then 3 times 8 gives us 24. So 18r plus 24. All right, now we're going to get in the tough ones. I think you can do 5 on your own, so let's do 6. Now, remember what I said about mathematicians being lazy? We are lazy about writing the number 1. We never want to do it. This is actually a negative 1 here. So you got to be real careful with that. If you see a negative sign, especially when you have a whole bunch of garbage and they like to throw negative signs in here. Negative 1 times negative 2 is going to be positive 2. Positive 2. Here's a good case where we don't just bring down this negative sign. We do negative 1 times negative n is positive 1n. Now I'm going to write that there, but you notice whenever, again, we're lazy, we don't like to write that 1 in front of our variables. So we're going to get rid of that, and it's just 2 plus n, okay? So be very careful of those negative signs that are in the front. Let's look at number 9. Like I said, I'm not going to do all of these, but I will send an answer key over at some point. 1 plus 11b. Negative 6 times positive 1 is negative 6. Negative 6 times 11b is negative 66b. Okay, 66b. Why don't you go ahead and try number 10. Let's do number 10. Negative 10, quantity a minus 5. Pause the video, give that a shot, and see what you get. All right, negative 10, negative 10a. Negative 10 times negative 5 gives us positive 50. Do not just bring down your negative sign. You will get it wrong every time. All right, looking at 13, this is where they're trying to trick you. If you see it written like this, 3 minus 7k dot negative 2. All they're saying is take all this garbage, multiply it by negative 2. Make life easier on yourself. Rewrite it. Negative 2, 3 minus 7k. Remember that commutative property tells us we can multiply with in any order. All right, so negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 7 is negative 7k is positive, because a negative times a negative is a positive 14k. 14k. So all they're saying on those ones is just jump to the front. I hope you found this helpful. So this is only a 4-minute video. I'm actually going to jump and do number 5. We're going to combine some like terms. I love doing this. All right, so turn your page. We're going to do page 5. All right, number 1 says negative 6k plus 7k. First thing I want you to write down is chunks are broken up by addition and subtraction. Okay, also the equal sign, but you won't see that because we're doing expressions, not equations right now. So we have 2 chunks here because they're broken up by addition and subtraction. We got this chunk right here, and notice that I'm highlighting, or I'm underlining that sign that comes before it. That's really important. We also have this chunk here. When we combine like terms, they have to have the same tag on there. And these both are tagged with a K. So we can go ahead and combine them into a family. Negative 6 plus positive 7. Which team is larger? Our positive team. And by how many? By 1. So you could say positive 1K, but again, we're mathematicians, we're super lazy. We just say K, okay? So, K. Let's look at 2. 12R minus 8 minus 12. So what I think is easiest is let's underline the things that are tagged that we can group together as a family. This guy right here, I don't see any other R's, so that's all by itself. We're gonna bring that down, 12R. Always start with the stuff that has a variable. These single numbers that are at the end, those will go at the end of our last one. But in this case, we get to combine those, right? Because they minus 8 minus 12, we can totally combine that. So negative 8 and negative 12 are still, so we have one team with negative 8, one team with negative 12. That team is still negative, and it is 20 big. Now, you can write 12R plus negative 20. That's fine too, but this is a more accurate answer. You want to show your advanced math skills, you're going to write it like that. Let's look at number 3. We have n minus 10 plus 9n minus 3. Again, chunks are broken up, addition and subtraction. So we have 4 chunks here. Do you see those? So we're going to start with our ones with our variables because that's a more accurate way of doing things. Again, we're lazy mathematicians. We don't like to write the number 1 in front of our variables. But we have this guy, and we have this, which I've underlined the operation that comes before it. I'm going to underline these guys with those operations. So let's start with our n's. We have 1n and 9n. That gives us 10 n's. We have negative 10 and negative 3. So one team of negative 10, one team of negative 3. That's still the negative team, but now it's 13 big. 13 big. All right, so go ahead and try some more of those. Like I said, I'll send your mom the answer key, but let's look at something that might be a little harder. Let's look at 12. n plus 4 minus 9 minus 5n. All right, so again, we have 4 chunks here. This chunk with its invisible 1, we call that invisible math. There's a lot of invisible math here. And this one with its negative 5, right? Then we get this guy with its positive 4 and its negative 9. So we'll start with our n's, 1n, 5n, that gives us negative 4n. Positive 4 and negative 5, the negative team is larger by how many? By 5. All right, hopefully that helped you for page 5. I will see you, I'll come back, we'll do some equations for page 6. Excellent work, hopefully you're finding these helpful.